Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV. This time today we're going to be discussing basically the, second-rate nature of the new Omega statue and the problems therein that has created. Basically, Yoshi P replied during an interview, during the letter from a producer live, where Yoshida actually issued a statement on the users finding the quality of the figure unacceptable. Now, just in reference then, let's bring up this Twitter post from a user who actually in Japan managed to get hold of the official Square Enix Omega statue, and as you can see, it's not exactly everything that you might expect. So above, there we go, there's an image of what it should look like, and then next to it is the, well, dare I say, drag queen equivalent. It's a little bit rough around the edges, that's for sure, in this particular model. The female one is just as bad, though. Look at the hairline on that. It's awful. Absolutely awful. So this is something that costs a lot of money. I mean, if we remember, how much did it cost originally? I think it's like $218. Let's have a look. Just a quick Google. So that's $229.99. For something that does look exceptional on the actual page where you purchase it. I'm not going to complain about the price, I'm not going to complain about anything visually there on the Square Enix store, but it's clear to me there are issues with the actual final design, or at least some of them. It kind of looks like the terrible knockoff version of their own merchandise, and they're selling it, which is quite funny. So Yoshi P replies, "I really did a full supervision on that. Regardless of its structure and quality, I really made sure and gave a full check on the face of Omega M and F, since it's the design given to us by Amano-sensei. I thought it was ridiculous to have received news on how terrible the model is, so I opened the completed sample I received and gave a look, and it indeed looked slightly different. The unevenness may be different and terrible depending on the figure you bought. So I sent the person who worked on this figure a message and asked them, so what are we supposed to do now? Basically, the model is made in China, but even for a China-made figure, I thought the quality was supposed to be high enough. Usually, I would take my time and went straight to the venue to instruct and supervise them so we can eliminate any irregularity issues, but here, due to the pandemic, it became impossible for me to approach them. Then I told them, why didn't you tell me beforehand? As well as following up on the reissue. When we talked about the reissue, I found out that I will able to remotely supervise and check on the quality without having to be there personally. So there's that. One more thing regarding the figure that you own right now, if you insist the quality and the colouring of the figure is unacceptable, I would request that you send the person responsible of the figure an inquiry. I do think they will allow an exchange for a better figure for you here, so if you think the figure is completely unacceptable for the quality, do send an inquiry mail to Square Enix Support Center. Do note that this isn't a recall, and since different people may have different expectations on the figure, and since each figure will have different quality here, those who really cannot accept the low quality of the figure are encouraged to send us an inquiry. Since I told them, quote, that they will produce more to make up for it, in case we do not have enough amount of figurines available right now, ... So in short, they messed that up gloriously. There's no reissue being done. There's nothing being done relatively about that. You can send an inquiry to Square Enix and see if they will do anything about it, but the likelihood is they'll replace it with the exact same figure. I mean, it is pretty astonishingly bad, isn't it? I mean, it could be just the lighting that it was taken in, but there are some things beyond lighting, like that hairline of at least the female Omega is laughable, and the male face, honestly, since I'm somebody that's already purchased this and I'm waiting for mine to be delivered, which has been pushed back to April like most of the other merch thanks to Scalefast, yeah, I'm excited to see how terrible it will be. So we'll have to wait and see when I unbox mine if it's the same quality as they're showing on this Twitter post, but it's pretty bad, isn't it? Like, it's laughable to me, but it's pretty bad considering how much people are paying for this. But at least they are open to the idea of refunds, or at least replacing it, and hope for the sake of everyone that you get a better looking model than this. But there we go. I thought I'd put a video out on that because some people were skeptical about what their Omega model would look like. A lot of people like myself have pre-ordered it and are looking forward to, you know, to add to our collection, but it might be the weird model that we push to the back of our cabinet for sure, if we do decide to keep it. Anyway, let me know what you think below about this, and I'll see you all next time.